How's everyone doing today? So we are going to talk about POP3 and SMTP. My name is Calvin Barber, and I'm in the class for ISA 4220 with Andrew Green at Kennesaw State University. Let's get started. For the agenda today, we'll be talking about technical, about POP3, hardening for POP3, technical for SMTP, and hardening for SMTP. And basically getting into POP3 right off the bat. POP3 stands for Post Office Protocol, and it's just the up-to-date latest version. So as going in the first bullet point, it's the most updated version, basic version for the protocol for retrieving emails for a server, for email server. And then going to the store and forward concept, this is basically POP3 or Post Office Protocol is used with every email product, basically almost every email product, and is used in a form to store and forward service. So basically it reads emails received to your email while you're offline, and it stores them for you unless the user tells or sets up the email, or the admin sets up the email to where they do not want the emails to be stored and they can just be thrown away in a specific bin. And POP3, it uses a standard TCP IP connection. It is not set up by default with Microsoft, so basically it is not set up by default when you have Microsoft like Outlook or anything like that. You have to set that up. Microsoft does come with an STMP already up, but then you need a POP3, which comes into the last bullet point right here, which is POP3 versus STMP. You need both, because POP3 is basically you receive, it's a receiving, and then SMTP is a transferring. So you receive emails, and then the SMTP basically sends out and transmits the emails back out to different servers. Getting to hardening of POP3, so basically we're preventing any anonymous attack activity or access to your server, and then also restricting submissions to certain user. And getting more into that, it means basically restrict who you can send email messages to an individual user or distribution list. So basically making that list and making only a certain amount of people who you can send emails to, or having a list of people that are able to send emails back and forth to each other, which is restricting submissions on a distribution list, which prevents like non-trusted senders, like I was just saying, such as unauthorized internet users, from sending mail like into like your server. Getting into encrypting emails, basically you want to like digitally sign or kind of encrypt your email, which prevents like anyone for intercepting or reading your email, which then makes sure that it can only be opened by the person that you're trying to send the email to or message. Coming over to SMTP, which stands for Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, it is standard for any electronic mail transfer, and then it uses the default port, which is 25. And getting more into that, like the port 25, but also SMT is also secured by SSL, which then it'd be called SMTPS, and then the default port for that would be 465. Getting more into the SMTP connects with a domain. That is basically describing like how the full connection works, and how SMTP connects with your computer using a domain, and that works by basically SMT client. Once it has determined a target domain name, it determines the identity of the SMTP server to which like it's trying to be transferred to, and once they connect, this will allow the email to be transferred over, and that's basically the connection with domain. And then going down to SMTP uses MTA, which is a mail transfer agent. Basically what that means is it like works closely with like the MTA to send communication to the right computer or mailbox. So with that mail agent, like it basically helps SMT like spell out and directs how your email moves from your computer to like a mail transfer agent, and then that allows the communication to better be able to go to the right email box or inbox that you're trying to send it to. Going down to basically it simplifies the for mail transfer, or sorry, simplifies the email for mail servers. SMTP basically works with that, while like SMTP provides like a set of codes that simplify the communication of email messages between email servers, which then it's like kind of like the shorthand that allows a server to break up different parts of a message into like categories, that the other server can like understand, and it's just breaking it up to simplify it more for the email going to different servers. So talking about hardening SMTP, basically you just want to like limit the size for incoming mail messages, and this will ultimately just help reduce the risk of any DDoS attacks to the mail server and can prevent any harm to incoming and outgoing mail. Also, you want to ensure the relay is closed, and then this will help reduce any spammers sending multiple messages to a single computer on a open SMTP relay. And also the last one is you want to also setting up like a SMTP authentication. This will allow for like only a certain amount of users allowed to send mail, which then will prevent any abuse like on your server caused by any spammers. These are the references that I found, a lot of the information, and there's very helpful references and sites, if you guys wanted to use these or check them out. And then just always thanks for listening, guys, and stay tuned for the next one. Thanks.